Gail Rubin.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Gail,
That's
this
right.
is the producer. This is Carol from the Reasonable Sanity podcast.
Hello there.
Hey there.
Get off the phone, Aaron. Get off the phone. Put your mom on, Carol. Sorry about that, Gail.
Give me that. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry. That was my.
Sorry, I gotta finish this segment. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm sorry, ma'am. That was my son.
Oh, okay.
I asked him to dial the number, and he just tries to be me. I don't know why he thought that would work.
So do I need to hang up and you'll call back?
Oh, no. Ryan is actually doing a segment right now, and he'd like to have you on the air, if that's okay with you.
Oh, you bet.
Okay. Well, they're doing a commercial break, I think, right now, or maybe a song break, and he'll bring you on as soon as he's ready. It should be no longer than a minute.
Very good.
All right, Boner, just a minute.
Thanks.
Listen. Here's the thing. I am sorry that the people at the St. Roy's Feed the Hungry event got food poisoning. And yes, I sponsored that. Our show, our studio, we sponsored it. We ran up the money. We donated it, but we didn't get them sick. So please quit calling us, quit blaming us, quit harassing Carol and Carol's son. We had to have him come into studio today because he can't be left at home alone because you people are so upset. So please accept any apology I can, but I'm not responsible for it, okay? So anyways, up next, we are going to go ahead. We're going to talk to an expert in death and how to plan for it. Boy, that seems very ironic now that I realize that these two segments ran together. I promise you we've had this planned for weeks. It has nothing to do with the other events, so we'll be back in just a moment. And we are back. I'm Ryan Token. This is Reasonable Sanity Podcast. Our guest tonight is a death expert who has done TED Talks on the subject. And you can go to her YouTube, which is Gail Rubin at YouTube. Our guest today, Gail Rubin. Welcome, Gail.
Hello, Ryan. Great to be with you.
Thank you. I first want to say I absolutely love your quote. And I quote you here, talking about sex won't make you pregnant. Talking about funerals won't make you dead. Brilliant. Very smart play on words. Very brilliant. We can all relate. So I just wanted to compliment you on those marketing words. Very good.
Thank you. Yes, well, I've been doing this for more than 12 years, and so far, so good.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. So let me ask you this. From your perspective, would somebody who donated money to an event where then bad things happened at the event, would that person be accountable for any kind of deaths that may occur there? Or would that be, just call it user luck? Bad luck?
That's a better question for an attorney. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough. Let me ask you this. If such event had happened and you were such of a donator to this event and some people did technically pass away at some point, would it be tacky or not to send flowers?
Depends on if they want flowers or not.
What if they've already filed a restraining order in some kind of a document that's I don't know what it is, Carol. What is that? Like a document stating that a legal case is going to be precedent soon? And it means we can't destroy anything.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to touch the computers anymore.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that's...
I get it. You're not a lawyer.
Expressing your concern is always, and condolences is always a good move.
I already sent over... I sent over a personalized message delivered by an Uber that stated I was sorry. So I think that should do pretty good. But looks like we got a caller on line 3. Line 3, you're on with Gail. What's your question about death?
Yes, hello. I'm 84 years young. what happens when I go?
Oh, excellent. Timeless question. Go ahead, Gail.
Yes.
Well, there are different interpretations of, is death a wall where you're dead, you're done. There's a lot of folks who say, death is a window to whatever comes next after this physical lifetime. So
Yes,
depends
I'd like
what
to
you
close
believe
the
in.
window. It gets very cold at night, I don't like having the window open. No, that won't do. That won't do at all.
All right. Well, then I would recommend closing your window at night. All right.
It's interesting. I have a friend who died a little over a year ago, and he was definitely of the mind that there's nothing beyond this physical lifetime. And yet, a couple of days after he died,
After he went, didn't he?
he came to me in a dream, a very vivid dream.
That's what happens every time. Them dead sons of bitches never even realize they're dead. It's amazing. It looks like we got a caller on line 5. Line 5, go ahead.
Hi there. You said in one of your writings that talking about death won't make you dead. Was that you?
Talking about funerals won't make you dead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to have to go ahead and disagree with you there. See, I started talking about funerals, and suddenly the Grim Reaper heard me. He appeared and he said he had forgotten all about me and that I was probably the dumbest living person. Finally, he checked his Garmin, that GPS thing, and he took me down to the hell with him. Yeah, I don't have much time. The candles on the table look like they're about to burn out, and so I'll have to go back. But what do you have to say to that? What advice do you have?
Despite great advances in medical care, humans do still have a 100% mortality rate. It's going to happen whether you talk about it or not.
Yep. It's not like sex. That's for sure.
Okay.
Right. It looks like we got another caller on line 2. Line 2, what's your question for Gail?
You are receiving a call from an inmate at the Chili Pepper Correctional Facility in Roy, New Mexico. To accept this call, press 1.
Should I hit 1?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll hit 1.
It's a first for us. It's a collect call from the jail. All right, go ahead.
Thank you.
I hit 1.
Is connecting.
Hello?
Hello, you're on with Gail. What's your question?
Hi. My name is Dwight, and I am currently on death row at the Chili Pepper Correctional Facility. And I wanted to know if this lady knows, when they put me in the chair and they strap me in and they give me my last rites, do I have the right to remain silent still, or do I have to say something?
This is America.
Well, and they don't use the electric chair anymore. Sorry about that.
That's how they have me slated. They said electric chair, lethal injection, or firing squad. They just got the firing squad reinstated, and I told them that they could fire at this squad, and then they said, okay, fine, the chair.
Yeah.
Wow, I should have picked squad. I think that's Gail. Maybe you would disagree, but I think a few bullets to your, upper abdomen will get you taken care of a lot quicker than some like.
Yeah. Hey, hang on a second. The guys in the cell next to me are being loud. Guys, I'm doing a phone interview. You gotta hush it. Hush it down.
Okay.
Guys,
Thanks,
stop
right.
talking.
Go ahead, disconnect, Carol. Thank you. Gail, can you hold on just a minute? I got to do a real quick ad, and then we'll continue, okay?
Okay.
We will be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm RBCP from the Snowplow Show.
And I'm Jayad from Calls of Mass Confusion. And today we're here to tell you one thing. Prank calls aren't cool.
Part of our probationary terms to avoid prison time is that we do a public service announcement clearly telling children
prank calls aren't cool. How about the time I terrified a Midwest mall with menacing prank calls for a year straight?
That prank call wasn't cool. Or how about the time I convinced a restaurant patron to run around stealing items off of other customers' tables? That prank call wasn't cool.
There was that one time I'd convinced a drunk teenager to punch his unsuspecting friend while we laughed and listened.
That prank call wasn't cool. Oh, there was that time I hacked Safeway's customer complaint database and just rained hell down on their angry customers. That prank call wasn't cool.
How about the time I created a fake dating game show, but instead of dates, they all just talked to my insane friends?
That prank call wasn't cool. I've been given no trespassing notices by over 390 homeowners associations because I can't stop calling them. That prank call wasn't cool. So remember, kids, no matter how funny your prank call idea is,
prank calls aren't cool.
And we are back. Reasonable Sanity Podcast. I'm Ryan Token. With us right now is our death expert, Gail Rubin. Welcome back, Gail.
Great to be with you on this side of the sod.
Absolutely. Any day that is the truth, I'm happy. I've jokingly said in the past, if you're lucky, you get to be the oldest. You get to watch everybody you know before you die. And then as I get older, it becomes less funny.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we got another caller on line 6. Line 6, what's your question for Gail?
Oh, hey, Gail. It's Dave Mustaine. You might know me from the band Megadeth.
Ah, Megadeth. Very loud. Yes.
Yeah, we're a band from the 1980s.
Yes.
We started in the 1980s after Metallica. You're going to have to speak up. I can barely hear you.
Well, all that loud music, yes.
Go ahead, though, Dave. What's your question?
Yeah, so you say talking about death all the time won't land you in the grave. Of course it doesn't, man. It only makes you live longer. So what are you doing later tonight, honey?
I'm going to go take a soak in my hot tub.
All right. Can I join you?
No.
Oh.
But you only live once, Dave, so I don't blame you for trying.
I mean, I tried to ask, right? Like,
yeah, you tried.
This isn't a dating show?
No, that isn't the dating show.
Oh.
That's on Tuesdays.
Oh, my God.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Dave. I hate
so embarrassed.
You seem like a nice guy.
Please just cancel all of this stuff. I'm terribly... Bye.
Goodbye, Dave. All right. Well, sorry about that one, Gail. That was a little bit of a weirdo, but hey, it's a call-in show. They do it sometimes. Hey, it looks like we got one on line 9. Line 9, you're on with Gail. What's your question?
Hey, Gail. It's Devin. I just had a Reuben sandwich today. Is your last name Reuben?
Yes, but I don't spell it the same way the sandwich is spelled.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyways, I work at a bank, and today I had an old lady come up to me and she asked me to check her balance. So I pushed her over and I'm not sure if she made it. So I don't know. How do I keep my job? You know, with this whole telling people.
You know, your question actually brings up a very good point about banking and death. That when somebody dies, the family actually should probably hold off informing the bank because depending on what state you're in, is going to pass along your stuff to certain relatives who you may not want to get your stuff. So that's why it's important to have a will or even a trust if you own a lot of property.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry if I'm seeming a little distracted here. I know you were throwing out some good details, but I keep getting emails. Carol, maybe you can verify some of this, Carol, but are they reporting dead from that St. Roy Feed the Hungry event now?
That's what I've been reading. That's what I'm seeing.
That I'm getting emails now saying that there are confirmed casualties from the St. Roy's Feed the Hungry event.
From food poisoning?
Gail, are you a person of faith?
I am of the Jewish persuasion.
I would like you to first, you know what? Line 6. Go ahead. What's your question for Gail? I need to get something together here. Go ahead.
Yes. Hello. This is Elizabeth. I'm calling about the event at St. Roy's event, and I'm terribly ill.
It wasn't my fault. Okay, it wasn't my fault. I just followed the recipe from TikTok.
Things are not working out here. You didn't have a call. You didn't have a question for Gail. I mean, you might because you got food poisoning now, and if you died, then maybe there's something that you need to have Gail answer for you. But right now, we're not claiming responsibility for any kind of damage or deaths that we're reading about now.
Deaths? Oh, that's terrible. I know a thing or two about deaths. But I've got to go because I've got to finish pooping.
Okay.
My guts out.
All right. Well,
she was just kidding. Okay.
Good luck to you. Wow. Gail, I'm not quite sure the timing could have been any better to have you on. I'm having a mixture of emotions right now about those who have eaten some of Carol's donated food, I assume. I want to deny it. Is that a common feeling?
Is it okay?
The responsible thing to do would be to figure out how this exactly happened and take responsibility, but yeah.
CMC's come in of multiple casualties, and I want to pretend it's not real. Is this a normal feeling?
Well, in fact, a lot of people do go into shock when somebody dies, and that's a natural reaction to losing a loved one.
Are you saying that I should be like, I allegedly got the recipe off of TikTok that killed 9 children?
Like I said, I'm not an attorney. That should be your next call.
Yeah, maybe we'll get an attorney on for our next guest. I mean, yeah. Well, I personally, I'm having struggle. I know laughter is important, but I'm struggling with laughing at this because one's reported to be only 14.
Well, and that is the important thing about planning ahead for our 100% mortality rate is you can only laugh about death.
This though, they went to go have free lunch because they were hungry and had nowhere else to eat, and then according to this, Carol may have killed them.
And I didn't know anything about these Tide Pods. I'm sorry.
About the Tide Pods?
Yeah.
What did you do with the Tide Pods?
Oh, the Tide Pods. That was what. I don't think we should talk about this on the air, honey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
well,
the lesson is you can only laugh about death when it seems like a distant possibility. When it's staring you in the face, when it's affected people you know and love, that's not the time to be laughing about it.
She basically poisoned hungry cats. It's a good comparison. A good visual comparison is Carol went and poured poison, mixed it up in food, stray hungry cats who had nowhere else to eat. Now they're dying.
Except the stray hungry cats were children.
It's hard to plan for that. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, no matter how much of an expert we are, how much we want to prepare, sometimes you're 14, poor, and you eat poisonous food. So, hey, we all got to go, right? I mean, it ain't sex, but it's something.
To be fair, that little kid Bruce was a little asshole.
All right. Well, Gail, I want to thank you for coming on. I wish it would have been a better show. This is one of those shows where it all just kind of fell apart again. And Carol, as much as we talk to that anger management guy, and as much as I don't want to yell at you right now, I think I want to yell at you. So we're going to end the show so I can yell at you, okay?
Okay.
All right, Gail, thanks for coming on.
You bet. You take care.
All right. All right, you too. This has been Reasonable Sanity Podcast. Good night, everyone.